Hey guys, for my video, my topic was poverty, and I'm going to explain the solutions to poverty and ending it around the world. So, according to the United States Census, a person is considered in poverty if their total income is less than their threshold. So, for example, if it's a family, if the family's total income is less than the family's threshold, then that family and every person in that family is considered to be in poverty. And the United States Census calculates this every year, and it gives you a percentage of the people in poverty. They do the amount of people in the country, and then divide that by the people who are in poverty, and that's the percentage they get to calculate who's in poverty. So one of the main continents that has the worst poverty levels is Africa, and Nigeria is the country within Africa that has the worst poverty rate in all of Africa, and this is because of their corrupt government. Um, the government really doesn't give their people a chance to make money or do anything like that, so people really struggle to just find a source of income and support their families. So it's really difficult for countries within Africa to reduce their poverty rate because, unlike the United States, we have a bunch of states and we work as one giant country. Africa has a bunch of small countries within their continent, and each has a different government system. So Egypt could be different from Nigeria and so on. So it's really difficult for the whole continent to reduce their poverty levels, but if we slowly start picking away at each individual country, then there may be some more success. And one way to start is just to fund the country and to donate some money to them. I know UNICEF is an organization that helps raise money for kids in Africa. I did a report on them, and it said that they're just trying to make kids' lives better, giving them an education, make sure they're safe, and having them grow up and be successful even with the resources they have. More research on reducing poverty rates in Africa, and not until 2023 will the rates slowly start to decline. And this is because countries are slowly starting to get together and work together to eliminate the poverty rate as a whole rather than working separately from one another. Although Nigeria will have a tough time doing this because of their government, while other countries who are more likely to make alliances with other countries will have an easier time lowering the poverty rates within their countries. Also, another organization called the World Bank is helping to fight poverty in Africa. The president, actually, his name is Jim Young Kim, and he's been visiting Ghana and other countries within Africa and trying to develop a plan to tackle poverty in Africa. And slowly, the rate has been starting to decrease, but it's not substantial enough to make a difference in people's lives. So, people like him are trying to develop a system to slowly chip away at the poverty rate. And by doing this, you're giving some people hope that the poverty rate can be reduced. And the more people who put an effort into helping Africa reduce their poverty rates, then the quicker those poverty rates would go down. So, one solution to ending poverty in Africa is to educate the people. If people in Africa have some sort of education and can do a job, for example, work on a farm or work in a factory, then they can make an income. And with this income, they can use it to help support their families and pay for the necessities they have, like food or water if they don't hunt and gather for it. But by educating people and helping them develop skills to be in a workforce, you provide them with the skills and knowledge to earn an income throughout their whole lives rather than just having to hunt every day for food. And that can be tough because not every day do they come back with food. And after reading an article on conversation.org, it was very clear that by training people in Africa and just giving them the skills they need to be successful in life, you can have them develop an income and work in a place where they can support their families. I know I've been talking about lowering poverty rates around the world, especially in Africa, but we do still have a problem in the United States. And I did read an article on American Progress, and it gave us 10 ways to fight the poverty rate in America. And one of those is to raise the minimum wage. I know they are going to raise it up from $10 soon, but $10 still isn't enough to make every day to support a family of four. even us kids working, $10 an hour is nothing to us. We can't pay for school. It's very tough to pay for gas and even just food and a place to live. So by raising the minimum wage, it's helping a little bit, but there's still so much money that we need that we just can't afford with just one job that's giving us minimum wage. I hope you found my video on fighting poverty helpful and interesting, and hopefully we'll be able to tackle poverty. And if you need more information on it, I would visit the United States Census and also organizations like the UNICEF who are trying to work and raise money for these developing countries who can't seem to get back on track and make some money. Thank you for watching.